Your comfort zone may feel safe, but nothing grows there. Hey, friend, welcome back to Through the Shannell4Life Lens. I'm your host, Nita, and today we're talking about something that feels so timely for me on a personal level. We're talking about what it means to live life unapologetically. I'm recording this episode right before a big trip, and it will air while I'm on my big trip. This is my first time in Italy. Myself and my oldest daughter are going to Italy with some of her class for her school trip and as a special treat for her senior year. And let me tell you, it's a whole mix of emotions: excitement, nerves, gratitude, growth. It's the kind of thing that makes you reflect on just how important it is to step outside of your comfort zone, to trust yourself in unfamiliar spaces, and to give yourself permission to experience life to the fullest. So this episode is part travel energy, part mindset shift, and part reminder that the biggest transformations often happen when you're willing to show up somewhere new, physically, emotionally, or spiritually. Now let's get into how growth shows up when you let go of who you're supposed to be and finally lean into who you are. There's something to be said about leaving your regular surroundings that invites a new version of you to come forward. It doesn't have to be international. It could be a road trip. It could be a solo weekend staycation, a walk through a new neighborhood. It's not about distance, but it's about presence, and it's about the journey. When you travel, when you explore new territories, it forces you to slow down, pay attention, and be present in a way that your daily routine doesn't always allow. You start to notice details. You get curious, and sometimes you start to see yourself in a new light. It reminds you of how big the world is and how small your fears can be in comparison, and how often we let those fears and we let the fear of the unknown hold us back from greater. The reality is, when you take that step to explore something new, to go somewhere new, to do something new, it's a level of growth. It's a level of change. And as we've said numerous times before, change isn't easy, and growth, it never feels too cozy in the moment. It stretches you. It challenges you. It challenges the stories you've told yourself about what you can and cannot do. But some of the best versions of ourselves only show up when we're a little uncertain, a little off balance, and a little unsure. When you step out of your routine, you realize how much you are doing to feel safe. And when you're no longer operating out of habit, when you're no longer operating in your comfort zone, you get to be intentional. And that's when you start asking yourself those deeper questions. Things like, what do I actually want? What have I outgrown? Where am I playing small? And what can I do today to make tomorrow different? To live unapologetically doesn't mean you're always the loudest or boldest voice in the room. It means you are honest with yourself. You are honest with your intentions. You're honest with what you really want and what you don't want. You make sure that your yeses mean yes and that your nos mean no. It means that you stop shrinking to make others feel comfortable. You stop dimming your light to be accepted. And you stop waiting to be invited into rooms that you were born to walk into. That's a word right there. Living unapologetically means you're not looking for permission from anyone anymore. You trust your path, you trust your voice, you trust your presence, and you trust yourself to do what's right by you. However, if you're not there yet, that's okay. If every small step outside of your comfort zone is a step towards alignment, step towards living unapologetically, toward the truth, and toward true freedom. When you take back ownership of your life, You free yourself from the opinions of others, the thoughts of others, how others say you should live your life and the things you should and shouldn't do. When you're able to step into your power, reclaim that power, it's like a whole new level is unlocked. And I can share with you through my life journey, not just through this Shannell4Life journey, there are very pivotal moments in my life that I can pinpoint where I started to live unapologetically. And you find that with age, you do it more often. So one day you are living life truly without apologies. Now, that doesn't mean that you aren't considerate of others' feelings, of others' wants, needs, and desires. But what it does mean is that you've finally taken the step to live your life for you and on your terms. Because maybe you've taken care of others your whole life. Maybe you've played small to keep the peace, dimmed your light so that others could shine. But then finally, one day you wake up and say, why am I doing all this? If others aren't doing it, why do I do this to myself? And that is a sense of freedom when you realize it's okay. You don't have to sacrifice yourself for others. You can live your life for you, live unapologetically, and still take just great as care as others and consider others' feelings just as well. A lot of times I feel there's that confusion that living unapologetically is selfish, but guess what? It's okay to be selfish sometimes. And that's an unpopular opinion, but it's the honest truth. It's okay for you to be selfish sometimes. There is nothing wrong with it. If you've been feeling stagnant or a little bit too comfortable, this is your sign. I'm excited for my trip to Italy. Yes, I have the ball of nerves of going away, myself and my oldest daughter. Oh, I'm leaving everyone else here. But guess what? It's okay. Yes, as moms, we have that guilt because we're doing something for us. I could have easily sent my daughter on the trip and not went. And I actually was considering that. And then my mom was considering going. And she was like, no, you go with your daughter because you know that she wants you to go with her. And I'm glad that I listened. Stepping outside that comfort zone, traveling abroad. It's been a while, but guess what? This is the first of more to come. And I'm excited to explore what Italy has to offer. And I'm excited for all the adventures that I'm going to take throughout the rest of this year and the years to come. Because living unapologetically is where it's at. And it's time for you to shake things up. Book that trip. Take that class. Take up that hobby. Start the thing that you've been sitting on. Go somewhere unfamiliar. Do something you've never done before. Get out there and live your life. You don't need to have a perfect plan to take the first step. You just need a little courage and a whole lot of trust. Because once you say yes to your next chapter, you find yourself unapologetically free. And in everything that you do, in every step that you take, every move that you make, every adventure that you try, you already know it is up to you to show up, show off, show out, and show love for life. The journal you didn't know you needed, but it's everything you've been needing, is here. You ever get tired of being everything for everybody, but can't remember the last time you chose you? This ain't about a glow up. This is about getting real. Resetting, reclaiming, moving different. Back to Me Energy is the journal I made for that version of you, the one who's tired of starting over and finally ready to start wiser. You've held it down for everyone else. This time, you're coming back for you.